next season. We mentioned the biggest fish off the table, and that is Mitch Marner. You can see this. Viva Mitch Marner. Marner getting traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, and then that allowed him to sign that 8-year extension to stay put with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Mitch Marner is gone. On July 1st, 2025, the Maple Leafs made a big move. They signed him to a huge deal. Then they traded him right away. Now he plays for Vegas. He wore the same jersey for 9 years, but that ended fast. His next game will not be in Toronto. It will be under the Vegas lights. Mitch Marner was one of Toronto's best players. He played 9 full seasons. He scored 221 goals. He had 520 assists. That means 741 points in total. He played 657 games in a Maple Leafs jersey. In his last season with Toronto, he had 75 assists. He also scored 27 goals. That gave him 102 points. That was the best year of his whole career. Then came the news. Toronto gave him a new contract. It was worth $96 million. It would last for 8 years.
Last year in Toronto or 2 years ago, really kind of, stuff, we didn't win, obviously. We didn't do what we wanted to do. Stuff started kind of going, a little north, a little south. We didn't know what was going to happen.
But before he played again, he was traded. Toronto sent him to the Vegas Golden Knights. The trade happened on July 1st, 2025. In the trade, Vegas gave up Nicholas Roy. He was sent to Toronto. Roy played 71 games last year. He scored 15 goals and had 16 assists. In his whole career, he scored 68 goals and 98 assists. After the trade, Marner wrote a message online. He said, "Leaving isn't easy. This city is where I grew up, where I fell in love with hockey, and where I've had the incredible honor of living out my childhood dream." He also said, "I gave everything I had, but in the end, it wasn't enough." Mitch said Vegas was a team he wanted. He told reporters, "This was a spot very high on my list. We wanted to come here." He said the city was good for him, his wife, and their new baby son. At his new team's first event, something special happened. Marner put the new Vegas jersey on his baby boy, Miles. Marner said, "The actual first time I saw the jersey on someone was on my son." He called it a really special moment. Mitch Marner will wear number 93 in Vegas. That number means something to him. His dad wore that number in hockey. It was also the number of one of Mitch's favorite players when he was young, Doug Gilmour. The new contract pays Marner $12 million each year. That makes him the highest paid player in Vegas. The next highest is Jack Eichel. He makes $10 million a year. Vegas needed to make space for Marner's deal, so they traded another player first. They sent Nicholas Hague to the Nashville Predators. In return, Vegas got 2 other players. That gave them the room to pay Marner. The Golden Knights gave Marner a big welcome. There were cheerleaders. There were drums. Even the team mascot gave him a high five. Marner came with his wife and baby. He smiled and raised his hands. Back in Toronto, fans were shocked. Some fans were upset. Others were confused. Reporters asked, who will take his place? One name that came up was Nick Robertson. The Leafs boss, Brad Treliving, had work to do. He gave a new contract to another young player. That was Matthew Knies. He got $46.5 million for 6 years. Last season, Knies had 29 goals and 29 assists. Jack Eichel, Marner's new teammate, is one of the top players in Vegas. Reporters said Eichel and Marner could play together. Fans in Vegas liked that idea. The deal had been in the works for a while. Teams started talking at the NHL trade deadline. They talked again at the NHL draft. But nothing worked until July 1st. Marner was born in Ontario. He was drafted by Toronto in 2015. He was just 18 years old. He played for Team Canada many times. In 2017, he helped Canada win a silver medal. In 2025, he played in a special tournament. He had 3 points in 4 games. He gave the assist on the winning goal in overtime. That goal was scored by Connor McDavid. After the trade, more news came out. Mitch's teammate in Toronto, Ryan Reeves, talked to the press. He said, "He didn't quit on Toronto. It was the fans who quit on him. Reeves said the fans were too hard on Marner. The trade is now part of NHL history. It's written in the official record. It says, Mitch Marner traded to Vegas. Nicholas Roy traded to Toronto. The trade changed two teams. The Leafs lost a top scorer, but they got cap space. That means they can sign other players. Vegas got a star forward. Marner makes great passes. He scores big goals. Now he will do it in a new jersey. After the trade, news sites all over the world wrote about it. Sportsnet, Reuters, NHL.com, and ESPN all shared the same facts. The news was big. It was clear. Mitch Marner had left the team he grew up watching. Fans in Vegas were happy. Some already bought his new jersey. Kids at the team store asked for number 93. Some fans called him the final piece for another championship run. In Toronto, the talk was different. Some fans said it was time. Others said the team would miss him, but the move was done. Mitch Marner is now a Vegas Golden Knight. Mitch will play his first game with Vegas in October 2025. One of the games this season will be back in Toronto. That will be his return to the city he once called home. That game is expected to be emotional. The NHL season is long, but this trade might be the biggest story of the year. A star player, a big contract, a new baby, a new number, and a new team. The next chapter begins now. Mitch Marner plays in the desert. The lights are bright, the ice is fresh, and the story is still being written.